since we do have a lot to talk about with Comic-Con and not a lot of time to get through it, why don't we do a quick segment of in or out, which we haven't done in quite a while. Why don't we start with the trailer? So I want to get this one out of the way because I don't want to talk about this one too much. Teen Titans. I mean, this trailer was something else. Are you in or out on Teen Titans?
Yeah, Titans. I'm out on Titans. Fuck Batman, obviously. It's on the it's on the DC Universe streaming service. It's probably their flagship thing in terms of new content for the foreseeable future. But you just watch the trailer, and apart from the the fuck Batman headline, apart from that, like you have Starfire, you have Beast Boy, like it's a lot. That's a lot of tough characters to have on a TV budget. And it looks like a TV budget. Like it looks like a step up from the CW DC shows, but I doesn't even look like it's up to the Marvel Netflix standard. Yeah. So I just don't think the production value will meet the ambition. And I don't care that like Dick Grayson's really edgy and he's really more like Jason Todd, and that's not the real Dick Grayson. Whatever. Yeah, I don't care about that. Do what you want. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be up to snuff, unfortunately. I'd love to be wrong, of course, but yeah, not enthusiastic from that trailer.
Not at all. Basically, the only thing I'm even remotely excited for is for the next trailer when he's just degrading Batman more. So I'm looking forward to all the Batman degradation and then the memes that will come with it. Clone Wars. In or out?
Fuck yeah. So fucking in, dog. Hashtag Clone Wars save. This was the unexpected thing I was alluding to. 12 new episodes that'll be released on the Disney streaming service coming sometime next year. Dave Filoni back, just wrapped up Star Wars Rebels in the spring. What thing is so exciting about this is Clone Wars kind of ended abruptly because it was well underway at the time when Disney acquired Lucasfilm, acquired Star Wars, and it wrapped up with a short Lost Missions season 6 on Netflix. But then they had a storyline they made into a novel, Dark Disciple, and they had a lot of unfinished threads. The show didn't really have a proper ending, and then they just went off and made Rebels, and Clone Wars is still a canon show that still counts, but Disney kind of cut it off prematurely. So now that they're bringing it back, despite the fact that they already greenlit Star Wars Resistance, the next Dave Filoni show, which will be like leading up to Force Awakens. Really exciting because Clone Wars, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and that cameo at the end of Solo that a lot of people were surprised about was actually really built up in Clone Wars. So yeah, really exciting for the fans for sure. But I just never thought they would ever go back to this well. So very in.
Yeah, I'm in on it for two reasons. One, because it seems just like a great property. I've never really watched it, but I think telling these stories, especially because they're referenced so much in the prequels, is good. Keep fleshing those out, and it seems like they have interesting things to be talking about. But also because I think this means that they're not going to be pulling from that well for whatever future movies they're doing from. They're probably going to leave this to the TV show, and they're going to be exploring new worlds, which I think is just great. So it's just more that Disney and Star Wars moving in the right direction. All right, Fantastic Beasts 2. You got Newt Scamander back. Young Newt Scamander you see in the very beginning. You see young Dumbledore throughout this, and Johnny Depp. I mean, we're going to be talking about someone that got fired from a Disney property, probably someone else that should be recast based on some of the issues he's going through. What'd you think of this trailer? I'm in on this because I thought this trailer was way better than the first.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still in on it. Obviously, the reservations about Johnny Depp as Grindelwald are well-founded just because of his unreliability, and he's a total enigma now. It has nothing to do with the role itself. It's just that the way he's been on screen the past 5 years, and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales from last year did not do anything to change that, in my opinion. But yeah, I thought that the trailer was a lot more exciting, and we saw a lot more of the Fantastic Beasts. I wasn't really sure how much of that, how much of the titular name would be like in the movie. But yeah, I'm just excited to see it, and it looks like Jude Law's Dumbledore will be in there a fair amount. So
yeah,
really excited about that. It's going to be fun, and I'm really looking forward to just the future of this 5-part series, just because it's going to get farther and farther away from what we know beyond the broad strokes that Harry Potter explains. So overall, really in, and I think it'll be better than the first one. The first one was solid, could have been better though. I think this has good potential.
Yeah, I agree with all that, and also just the fact that it's like it looks like a thriller, which I think is going to be really cool. And shout out Nicholas Flamel at the end.
Yes,
I thought that was
that's cool.
awesome.
Very cool.
Very excited. Shazam movie coming out for DC. Zach Levi.
Hmm.
I'm not sure which way to say it.
It's
Uh,
Levy.
Levy. Okay, so neither one. What do you think about this? I mean, there were some photos of him in this suit last week that were getting clowned on the internet. Then this drops. It looked okay. I'm actually on the fence. So I'm wondering where you lie.
I'm actually in on this. I like this one more than Aquaman. I think it has a lighter tone, something that DC largely hasn't had recently, and it looks like Zachary Levi was well cast as the adult form of Billy Batson. So it just seems like this is going to be a fun film. I think I don't want to say this is like DC's Ant-Man, but it's similar, I guess. And this is something that it'll be standing alone by almost certainly, and they need another standalone critical hit beyond Wonder Woman, and I think this can be it. So yeah, I'm in on Shazam. I'm looking forward to it for sure. That comes out I think April of next year.
I need to see the second trailer for this. I can't decide because there's things in it I really like. The tone of it seems good, although I think some of the jokes seem super lame, like the flossing. I was just like, I don't know about that, but I like the concept. I like the idea of it being a superhero that not a lot of people know, so they can really do a lot with it. But also, it looks like they're going to try to inject a lot of humor, which, if we're talking about how serious DC is all the time, and then they're doing something different, you got to give them some credit for that. So I'm gonna hold out on my in or out for the moment. Something I'm actually really in on though is Aquaman. I mean, that trailer, Momoa seems like he's going to be a great Aquaman. I mean, we saw him in Justice League, and I thought he was really good in that as well. Although some of the underwater scenes were a little strange, or not perfected. Where are you sitting with Aquaman after seeing the trailer?
So that's another one where I could go either way with Aquaman. Okay. I could see it being great. I could see it being not too good. And you watch that trailer, there's a lot going on in a good or potentially a bad way. There's a lot of characters, a lot of good talent in there. Visually, it looks pretty good, I think. There is a lot of CGI. There's a lot of green screens, and you can kind of see that. It's funny, we're going to get like that CGI, horde battle at the end, except it's on like the ocean floor, But Black Manta looks intimidating, and Momoa, we assume, will be, really charming, really funny, really captivating. So I'm looking forward to it. It comes out this December. But I'm not convinced that it'll be great yet. But I hope so, obviously.
And lastly, Godzilla, starring Bryan Cranston, Millie Bobby Brown, Tom Middleditch.
Wait, Cranston's back?
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that was the first one.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he died in the first one. Sorry. Yeah, Cranston's not back. No, it's Millie Bobby Brown, Tom Middleditch. Who else is in this one?
Kyle Chandler.
Yes,
Ken Watanabe's back.
Yep.
A few other people. It's good. It's a solid cast. Vera Farmiga.
Right.
All the way in.
Okay.
That trailer fucking rules. You got all fucking everything. Mothra, Ghidorah, Rodan, and of course Godzilla's back. And that's just coming off of, I thought the first one was like really exceptional. 2014, Gareth Edwards. That's his prelude to Rogue One, and just the sheer scale and darkness of the film I thought was awesome. And there was that shot when Aaron Taylor Johnson's soldier dude does that halo jump from the helicopter when it's all dark and stormy, and there's that eerie music. I thought, that shot's great. It's in the trailer. And this one now, it just seems like you're just doubling down on the fucking terror. So I'm really stoked for it because I think it's gonna do what it's setting out to do. It's gonna be a fucking badass monster movie with incredible CGI. I mean, this movie will be coming out next year, and they'll have fucking been in post-production for a year and 8 months. They're putting so much time in special effects for this, and you can see it already in the trailers. So yeah, I'm really stoked for it.
Yeah, I think the CGI looks really good. I'm optimistic about this movie. I don't really even love monster movies, so I'm in, especially because they used Claire de Lune, which I think is also a cheat code. Like most trailers that use that and can use it effectively just creates a great effect to it. So, but yeah, I'm in. I think everybody, after seeing the trailers this weekend, was like, Godzilla is the movie we're most excited for. So a lot of good stuff. Definitely read up on Comic-Con. There wasn't, I don't think, as much big news, but definitely some gems and some stuff to be tracking in there.
Yeah, I was surprised we didn't get more DC slate stuff. You know, like Shazam and Aquaman were obvious, but like we didn't get an official acknowledgement of the Birds of Prey hiring director. We didn't really get much about the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. We know it's going into production later this year, like it's happening. They still talk about it, you know. I kind of wanted to hear more from them, but there's always next year, I guess. But yeah, overall, a lot of cool stuff came out of it.